So I'm here with Monique Shafter, who is the director, one of the directors of the fantastic film In My Shoes. Mon, can you tell us a little bit about the film?
Sure. It's a short documentary told from the perspective of 5 young transgender people who basically say what it's like to be them. So what it's like growing up being transgender. So the film is about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, seeing the world from someone else's perspective.
Yeah, it's such an incredible film. It's so honest and authentic. And how did you find the young people that are featured in your film?
How it came about, the motivation for the film was actually from the Gender Centre in New South Wales.
Yeah.
And they're a support service for trans and gender diverse people in New South Wales. And they wanted to kind of back a project that shone a light on what it's like being transgender, that also encouraged young transgender people to come and seek support if they felt they needed it. Mm-hmm. They were working with a trans woman in Sydney called Kate Doak, who's a friend of mine, and she was familiar with other films and stories that I'd made for the ABC on queer and gender issues. So she kind of recommended me as a trusted storyteller with this kind of subject matter, and got me on board and said, look, hi, meet Mon, let's come up with an idea for a film. And together we did. So the 5 young people were sort of connected to the Gender Centre through the support services that they provide. They put the call out, amongst their network, and these 5 people came back and said, yep, I'm keen to share my story, for the sake of raising awareness on this, some important issues.
And it's such a fantastic film, and I feel like, these young trans voices are not really heard at all, and I think it's really important that not only film festival audiences get to see this film, but young people as well, so they can understand more about the trans community as well. I also wanted to ask you, so you're one of 2 directors on this project, so I was just wondering, how did that work, and what do you feel maybe you brought to the project personally, and how was it working with another person?
Sure. So Matt Gavoni, who is the co-director, he and I went to uni together in Melbourne at RMIT, so
no way.
known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Used to do community TV together, make shows for Channel 31. So he is an award-winning director and cinematographer. He has this beautiful eye to make things just look stunning. My background, I'm more of a journalist and a narrative kind of storyteller, factual storyteller. So I'm all about kind of providing a platform for people to say what it's like to be them, doing that interview and then putting it together like a jigsaw puzzle so they tell their own story in their own words. So my strength is kind of the storytelling and the story structure, and Matt's strength is the visuals and the beauty of it, I guess.
Oh my God, what a dynamic team, I think that's just fantastic. And what are you hoping audiences take away from your film ultimately?
I hope they get a better appreciation of what it is like to be a transgender person. I think we set out to make this film, or I set out with all of my projects to humanise my subject matters. So to kind of, it's almost like here's an opportunity for me to say what it's like to be me. It's a gentle offering. It's not preachy. It's not pushy.
No, not
it's
at
just
all.
a gentle offering that people can kind of go, cool. You're a human just like me, and to kind of find that common ground. So I hope, people watch the film and find common ground just, with these 5 young transgender people who really aren't that dissimilar to me or you. They just happen to be transgender.
Yeah. Well, we are so thrilled to be playing your film as part of the Human Rights Arts and Film Festival, and thank you so much for coming and speak with me.
Pleasure, thank you.